Hi, this is Majana. If you are enjoying Fun Astrology, would you please go on iTunes and give Thomas a 5-star review and just jot down a couple of sentences in a review? That really helps get the word out. Thanks.
And welcome in to the TGIM. Thank goodness it's Monday, July 22nd week. And we're going to kick this one off with the Fun Astrology podcast for today. And I've just got a couple of things that I wanted to highlight. Really, when I did that podcast yesterday, if you listen to Sunday's episode, you'll get the more in-depth version on this. But it just called out that the big T-square between the ascendant, the midheaven, and Chiron needed to be pointed out. And it still does. It's still there. Although the right side of it, that right side of the pyramid, if you will, between Chiron and the midheaven, is deteriorating. It started to fade away between yesterday and today. The midheaven was moving as the element there. But we have a new player who came into the party. Somebody got up at the blackjack table and the moon sat down. So yes, the moon is at 3 degrees Aries as of about noontime today. And then Chiron is at 5 degrees. So that's kind of what's still in the mix there. So really the effect of the moon is still kind of light, at least as far as the T-square goes. But what I would be a little more concerned about, just because that mix is in there, and like I said, the details are on yesterday's episode. Go catch that for the details. But I would be a little bit more with my eye on the moon getting ready to float over the wounded healer, which will happen over the course of today and this evening. In fact, sooner than you think, the moon and Chiron will be completely conjunct by about 4:10 this afternoon Eastern time. So back that up for your time zone and just realize that that could fire off some stuff around that little issue or issues, but generally issue in your life that is kind of your wounded healer. It's that area that keeps coming up, keeps recycling, that you just, and you know, it says wounded healer because it's through the healing, it's through the wound that you get the healing ultimately, if you pursue it. So it's not bad for the moon to knock on that door. If you're awake, then it just illuminates it, okay? If you're not awake and it's trying to get your attention, then Saturn might get in on the act because it just does that. It does that no matter whether it's in a square or any other kind of aspect. If Saturn is needed, Chiron will call down there, "Hey, Sat, up here." Okay? And then you got an attention grabber is what that is. Okay, so that's going on. But meanwhile, we have some good stuff. And I want to bring out the good stuff because, my goodness, we've been talking about the bad stuff plenty enough over these last couple of months. So let's talk about some good stuff that's going on. So first of all, we have a sextile. That's a favorable 60-degree angle between Neptune, which is in retrograde, and the big three, which are in retrograde. So that, mash the applause button on that one. Hit it, maestro, because we need some applause that we finally have got something that we can work with. And you know what? I don't mind that these guys are all in retrograde. It tones them down. And if you talk about 4 items that needed to be toned down, Neptune, Pluto, South Node, and Saturn would be the 4. It's like, that's all the area. You know, when you talk about, I'm just dealing with my stuff. Well, there it is. That's where it shows up on an astrological chart. Those are the energy vortexes that reflect that part of your life, okay? So they're all going backward. They're all toned down. They're all facing inward, focusing inward. The focus is inside, inner work. But you got a smiley face with Neptune and these guys, so take advantage of it. So extra illumination and insight into your transformational work. How we've talked this whole year about this inner work that's going on. This is one of those smiley days. The universe is saying, if you're awake, I'll show you some things. That's what's going on. Journal out, pen in hand, meditation, begin. That's what you do with that. Okay, a couple other good ones. I get to mention good ones. So we've got a sextile between Uranus and the midheaven. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. So maybe midheaven, remember yesterday's episode, talks about your career. Let's just focus on that. Not necessarily your job, but your, what are you? What's your career or professional or out there in the world identity? And Uranus, the planet of change for the sake of change. Maybe something good coming around today. Now remember, that's in the context of we've got this hard square between your ascendant and the midheaven. So the midheaven is like, well, somebody please just tell me what's going on. And it might be kind of who reacts to it or what the situation is, or it could be what intentions you set. So just realize, is there something you need to change, job or career-wise? Something, again, don't get into office stuff. Yes, I'd like a new boss. Don't go there. It's about your career. Maybe you'd like to add another element to your quiver of talents that you carry over your shoulder. Totally good time to explore that. Any other little changes or tweaks or something, invite it. The energy is there, but just invite benevolence, okay? And the other one that we've talked about already but still is in play is that nice trine between Jupiter, which is in retrograde, and Mars. So yeah, that one's a little toned down too, but again, hey, expansion is expansion. And again, as we isolated 4 areas of the chart where it kind of works on your transformation, these are the 2 areas that work on your expansion, Mars and Jupiter. And they are locked elbow and liking each other right now. So go take advantage of that. Put all of that together. You might have to listen to it again and go, what did he say? But it'll all be there for you as long as you want. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Monday.